many blessings that you have bestowed upon us. Even during this Sabbath day, Lord, all the messages that you have brought to us, we give you thanks and praise, Father. And as we are about to go into this one, Lord, we ask for your pouring of the Holy Spirit, Father, on each and every one, give us the understanding, O Lord, Father, as we receive the message, Lord, it will make a difference in our lives, Father. So bless us and keep us, Lord, we agree, O Lord, that your will be done, that Christ be lifted, and I decrease, and that you increase, that your will be done, we pray, in Jesus' wonderful name. So what I'm going to attempt is grow your muscles and your character. Right? Is it important for us to grow our muscles? Yes. What about our character? Is it important to grow our muscles? And I said yes. What about our character? Important as well. Alright, so let me start off by giving a scenario, which the reader brought out. There was this relative, right? And whenever it's 4% to take part in the relay, but it so happened that one of the person could not participate because of what injuries or something. Right? But the person couldn't take part. So we have 3 individuals. So the coach make a request. Is there anyone want to fill this spot? And that is the young lady who always wanted to be part of a relay team. And she anxiously put up her hand and said, yes, I will love to, fill it. And she did it. And they allowed her to take part in the question. What do you think happened? She always felt that she always dreamed of doing that. But she never made any preparation. Right? So when the time came, she volunteered, yeah, I want to be part of that. What do you think happened? Huh? Obviously, the lost the race. She started nice and things, but based on her lack of preparation, you know what happened? Cramp and all kind of things that because she put in the body through something that is never prepared for. Right? Does that happen to us as Christians? Yes. We embark on ventures, and because we are children of God, yeah, I can do it. And we just dive straight in. And then we might, when we dive straight in, now, hey, it wasn't God's will. It wasn't God's will. So that's why it ended up like the way it ended up. So we make excuses. But the lesson as we look at it from the perspective of growing our muscles and character, we must take time to prepare. In everything that we attempt, we must prepare. So if you have an exam, you can't just walk in the exam and say, well, boy, you no longer wanted to sit maths, and you're going to sit maths, yes? But you haven't studied, you haven't done anything, you feel about pass. No, you didn't pass. Right? So you must have some kind of preparation. And this is what we're going to look at. David and Goliath. Now, in your mind, how do you imagine David standing up to Goliath? In your mind, what do you see? A little feeble little boy in this giant, or you see somebody that stand up and focus? In your mind, what do you imagine when you look at that thing? What comes to mind? Do you see somebody that is, hey, I know what I'm doing here, I can make a mistake? What do you see? Anyone?
I see him as someone he had he know the God of heaven, he had a relationship with God and trust God
Alright.
You know, David had something similar to Christ.
Okay.
David had a picture of the quality passion of Christ.
Mm.
David also had a passion. And why I say he had a passion, he said, he mentioned about this once, how you can have this once circumcised Philistine. What is the other word? Define the army of God or the army of Israel. What did he say? The army of God or the army of Israel? But he had a passion. He said, no, he was totally out of place. I'm talking to Lion now.
Yeah.
He was totally out of place. So he had a passion, and he had what we call a consistent passion. Because it's the same passion he used when he killed the man who tell him, I killed Saul.
Okay.
See, you didn't really tell me that. You killed the Lord's anointed. So he had a passion.
So when we look at it then, we are seeing someone who is focused, not weak, but strong. Right? So how do you think David got to that position? Or how do you think his character was in such a way that he saw Goliath as something that he could, by the grace of God, overthrow? Did he just wait? You know, tell some of us we don't mix with the little things. So if they ask you to do, hey, just take that plant and rest it there. Nah, I don't want to do that. Or some politicians to do that. But we want to wait until the bigger things. So when they come, when everybody can see and say, well, right, I know we don't want to do that. We find that too little. Yeah, politicians, hey, you can come and move down there. Because I waiting for the bigger opportunity, the big occasion, you understand? But we see, if we do that, we will be missing out. We will fail. David, you see, God just prepare us with the little things so that when the big things come, through him we can conquer. So if we bypass all the little things, do you think you have no training? So if you don't go and exercise your muscles, right? And you're not exercising, you're not training, and when you come down and say, hey, now we need some help, right? Look, this elderly person wants to, you have to lift down one for them. What do you go after you? As soon as they do so. So it is important for us to exercise, it's important to us to prepare. David, this battle with Goliath, David was prepared by God for this battle. The Bible said, and all of us know this story, right? The Bible said that David fought a lion. When I read this, how they said, David said, he hold the lion by his ear. I watching some clip. Now they didn't say whether a female lion or a male lion, but I am assuming it's a male lion. Now a male lion, when you're watching the height, was it taller? And David was a young person. Imagine David said he hold it by the ear. Now a lion is real strong. Yes, Ella.
Another thing too, as I say, he was quite consistent there.
Right.
Because what he did, he paid attention to details.
Yeah.
No kind of if we can't go before lion and notifies bear. David paid attention to details. That is why he could have killed Goliath. You see what he saw with him? He paid attention to details.
So here's David had his experience and he said he didn't take it on his own, he didn't take the praise. He said, God deliver the lion from his hand. Also the bear. So we see here David was growing in Christ. He was trusting in God. He had faith, yes. So his character was growing. he also was physically fit. Right? Because when he followed different those things to carry, it was about 40 pounds when they calculated, it was about 40 pounds. Right? And as huh? Yeah, when they calculated, it was about 40 pounds, right? And also, as the sister brought out this morning, was almost 15 miles he had to carry that. A matter of fact, the father told him to run. The father told him, he said, tell him to run. Right? So imagine David running, right? Because he's a very obedient child. And the father would not ask him to do that if he knew he could not done it. And that all happened at David being a shepherd. Let us open there a little bit. Sister Marcia, take away my point on there. So it don't matter where you are. Right? Once you have prepared yourself in Christ, right? You have strengthened your muscles. You have strengthened your character and your faith. Because faith is a muscle, you have to grow, you have to exercise that. Right? And because of what David had done, his faith had grew. So much so that he saw Goliath like another lion or another bear. Yeah, yes, Sister John. Right. Yes. I love that point there. You see what happened to David and his brothers. David came to the camp as a referee, he was not soldier. And he being a soldier was trained to do a particular job. You call what called you to do a particular job in a department. Not because you have skill set. But there's someone who could do the job. And you know the person could do the job. But when you see a lawyer, there is something. David was showing qualities of a soldier when he wasn't a soldier. And because of that, his brothers and them was exempt. He was supposed to show the qualities of a soldier. So David was demonstrating that quality. And they must say, well, you're trying to make us look bad. And we just be doing that. Yeah, yeah.
But he was David. David was a strategist, because how you can explain how Saul many attempts to capture David, and he was not able to do that, even though he had more soldiers. I guess even though he had more soldiers, David had about 50 people. So many.
so he relied on God wholeheartedly.
Yes.
So there's a difference, in my opinion, as I'm correctly. If I sit down and I plan something out, that is my way of I want to accomplish it, I will strategize and I think. But if I do so now and I say, Lord, you show me what I must do, it's a difference. It shows that, yeah, there's someone who is planning it out, but it's not me, it's God. You understand?
I think
So,
that David did that all his step on me.
pardon?
I think David was doing that right.
Yes, that's important to say. Yeah. The Bible said that David,
When he started getting stuff.
but the Bible record that the only thing that David did not consult God was the thing with Bathsheba.
Two things.
Well, yeah, you know, very much, yeah. Right? He
And
didn't
when he
consult.
got to his son, Absalom, he didn't consult him.
But I only say what the Bible record. So David, his identity was in God.
Yes.
It was wrapped up in God. So that Goliath didn't look like a giant to him. Why Goliath was a giant? But because David's identity was wrapped up in God, he didn't see a giant. He see a uncircumcised Palestine. Philistine, sorry. Right? That's what he saw. He didn't see a giant. Everybody else saw a giant. But he did not see a giant. Why? Because he was wrapped up in God. Yes, Allah.
And it coincided in the that passed by. The 10 saw giants. 2 didn't see it. They say we are well able to overcome.
Yeah.
So like a couple of the same thought we gave it.
Yeah. So it means then when we exercise our faith in God, while there is giant in it, but in our eyes, because our identity is wrapped up in Christ, we no longer giant. And we can say that with Christ with Christ, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Right? So it means I could conquer them because God has delivered them in my hand. So when David saw Goliath, he didn't see a giant. Why? Because based on his prior experience, based on his preparation that God placed him to be a shepherd, that preparation that God took him through, when he had to defend the flock, the sheep and them, from bears and from lions and from whatever wild animals, he was preparing him for leadership. Yeah? When David had to trust, when he is fighting those animals, his trust was important to deliver him. He was preparing him to fully trust in him, so that when bigger battles come, David will not rely on his strength, but he will rely on God wholeheartedly.